Okay, so we're now doing equation of the circles. Basically, we're working with conic sections, and the equation of the circle in standard form, it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And that's what we're trying to get. All, number 13 and 14, they're basically in the general form, which is ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals to 0. So that's the standard form. Let me move this a little bit so it makes more sense. Let me move that here. Let me see if I can move that here. So this is the standard form. So this is the standard form. And this is the general form. Let me fix this a little bit. This is the general form. This is the general form. So what I need to do is basically change from general form to standard form. And just to emphasize this, for our studies, bx, y will be equal 0 here. Okay, so basically we're not using this term. Okay, so let's do the first problem, 13. They say write the standard form. Okay, so what we need to do here is completing the square. That's all we have to do. So this is x squared. Let's try to put the x's with the x's and the y's with the y's. But first, since the radius is a constant here, let's move that negative 274 to the right side. So I subtract negative 274. So this is what I get. So this is x squared. Like I said before, let's put the x's together. Plus 26x. I'm gonna leave a space because I have to complete the square. Plus, I have y squared plus 22y. I'm gonna leave space, and I have to set this equal to negative 274, and I need to complete the square here. And remember, when we're completing the square, we're always gonna get a positive number here for c. So if you recall, this is the formula sort of to get your c value, but as I said it before, it's always gonna be positive anyway. So what we need to do is we need to complete the square here. So there's a shortcut for this. If you see that this number is divisible by 2, just divide it by 2 and square it, right? I mean, it's not a shortcut, it's just basically the same formula, but like more in an intuitive way. So what I need to do is 26 divided by 2 is 13, 13 squared is 169, so this is 169. And here 22 divided by 2 is 11, 11 squared is 121. And since you made up these numbers, to balance the equation, you have to add 169 here and 121 here. So what we need to do is write these guys in this form, right? In this form right here. So there's you can do trial and error, but the easier way will be just you do that to the second power. What letter you're dealing with here, it's just x. The sign in the middle is positive, so you just put the same. And what number squared gives you 169? Well, you said it before, it was 13. So 13 squared gives you 169. So that's the first. And as you can see, this is the same as this, right? These two are the same. And now I have to do the same for this one. So what letter do I have here? That's y. What is the sign in the middle? Positive. What number squared give me 121? Well, that's 11. And recall that we need to do this arithmetic. So if you add, subtract those numbers, you get, for the blue ones, you get 10, this is 9, and this is 290. And then you have the negative 274, so that's gonna be 16, right? So this is 16. And that's the answer for this problem. So if you having trouble with completing the square, I suggest you do watch a video on completing the square, but I mean, I'm just solving the problems as they are. I assume that you know how to do completing the square, and that's basically it. Okay, so let's do the next problem. So 14, again, it's the same situation. I have to complete the square. So again, I'm gonna subtract negative 151 in both sides. So these cancel out. I have, let's put the x's together. So x squared minus 20x space, because we need to complete the square, plus y squared minus 20y, leave the space, and this is gonna be negative 151. Now what we need to do is basically, we need to find this term, right? So how do we find that term? So if this number is divisible by 2, you can divide by 2. So 20 divided by 2 is 10, and 10 squared is 100. Remember, if this number is always going to be positive. So this is 100. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. That's 100. And then this is going to be the same thing, right? Because these are exactly the same numbers. So this is 100. And since I made these numbers up, to keep the equation equivalent, I have to add 100 here and the other 100 here. So if you do this, let's see what we get. So this is 49 on the right side. And then what's happening here? So we can do our little shortcut. So we need to make this guy the same as this. And so the letter that we have here is x. The sign in the middle here is negative, so that's going to be negative. 1 over squared gives you 100, that's just 10. And remember, this is a square because we have to follow that format. So this is plus, and we have, again, this is a square. The letter is y. The sign in the middle is negative. And 1 number squared gives me 100, just 10. And since we did this before, so this is equal to 49. And that's the answer for this problem. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to do this problem. It's not difficult. I hope you can understand. Next number. So here, this is pretty easy. You need to write your equation, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals to r squared. So here they give you the center. So this is the hk. So you just need to plug it in. So this is x minus minus 1 squared plus y minus k is -5, so it's -5 squared, and the radius is 4, but you need, remember this is the same as r, so you need to square that value, so that's going to be 4 squared. So this is x plus 1 plus y plus 5, and this is equal to 16, and that's it. That's the answer. Next problem. We have the center is hk again. Let me erase that on the top so it doesn't get messy. So again, the center is hk. Let's put that in red. hk. This is hk. This is the area. The area. So here we don't have the radius, but we can write our equation. This is our equation: x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. We have the area. We know the area of a circle is 2 pi r squared, and they give us here the area. So this is equivalent to the area of a circle, right? And this is also, in this situation, it's 9 pi. So if we plug those numbers here, we have x minus -14 squared plus y minus, we have k is -3 squared equals r squared. We need to find out what's r squared. So pi r squared, which is the area of a circle, is 9 pi. We need to solve for r. So, or r squared in this case. So we divide by pi. So we get r squared equals 9. So we don't need to solve for r because in this case we're looking for r squared. So r squared is 9. And we simplify this and we get x plus 14 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 9. And that's the answer. Very simple, very easy to compute. Okay, so that's the answer. Next problem. Same idea. This is hk. And they give me the circumference in this case. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. And we need to set up 2 pi r equals, so this is c, right? So this is 14 pi. Like, let me make it simple for you to understand. Maybe you have, maybe you confused because of the visual. So let me see, let me remove this. Let me move that here. Well, that's c, right? And then this is this one, right? And now we need to solve for the radius. So we need to divide both sides by, sorry about that, by 2 pi, by 2 pi. This cancel out, we got r equals 7. So the equation of the circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. We have x minus h, which is plus 4 in this case, because not negative and negative is a positive. And then we have y minus k, y minus 10 in this case, squared, and this is r squared. We have r, but we need r squared. So if you square both sides, you get 49. So this is 49, and that's the answer for this problem. So I'm gonna do one more because of time issues. And here, I'm gonna do that in another video because I don't think I have enough time to complete this. So until then, have a nice day and thank you for your time. Bye-bye.